Yes.
All right, moving on to some news that's...
the sass in that is real. Clap back. Go for it. Yes.
Moving on to some news that's a bit more serious here. Elysium, as well as others, because as I was looking through this, people were definitely very quick to point out they're not the only ones doing this stuff, which is one of the most prestigious high-end rating FCs in the game, have been selling clears and other in-game content for real-world money.
Dun, dun, dun.
A few examples of pricing include $80.
I was quicker with it, though.
Yeah, he was.
Well, I wanted to help you out.
Okay.
$80 for a Sigmascape version 2.0 Savage clear. Well, this is where you get all the loot. $80.
Oh, Nico, there you go.
$340 for clearing Bahamut Ultimate Coil, and $1,400 for a clear of the most recently added Weapons Refrain.
Okay, now I'm going to call bullshit on that, because how are you going to sell something that you just barely cleared down a man?
Oh, no. They give you your account info, they log in as you and do it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense.
That makes it even more sketchy.
Yeah, now
super sketchy.
So I want to know how we went from the days of, like Chinese gold sellers and stuff like that type of RMT ruining the economy, and how we got to a point where people think that it's okay and that you weren't going to be called out by Square Enix for this?
Hang on just a second here, because this stuff absolutely happened all the way back, even as far as 11. Right.
For like real world money? I mean, I know selling stuff in game for
yes. Oh yeah, you just put those blinders on and you just remember with rose colored glasses, my friend, because this shit happened a lot in FF11.
I remember people selling characters, like when they quit the game, they would sell their whole character, and like.
But that was they'd sell those to RMT sites, so I put that under the RMT umbrella.
Well, it was harder to find it because you didn't have Discord or Reddit posting all the stuff everywhere.
All right, that's probably fair.
You wouldn't find this on Killing Ifrit.
I think Alakazam would have looked poorly on the practice.
Yeah, or Thoughtbot.
Right. Yeah.
Did they? Because I know that SE put out a warning reminding players. Did anyone actually get punished or banned for this?
Let me just. I'm gonna.
I don't know.
Here's. First of all, hashtag double standards. Second of all, there's no
double standard there.
Every single account associated with this practice should have received a permanent ban. There should have been no warning issued. There should have just been, these number of accounts were terminated in the latest RMT
here's
activity.
The thing, though, is that in the game, there is no proof in game that they're doing this. The in-game things say selling this, PM on Discord for more info. At first glance, it looks like they're selling it for gil.
Get the RMT task force involved, set up a sting operation.
That's awesome.
Chris Matthews used to do this shit all the time to pedophiles. I don't think that Square Enix is beyond going a little bit farther and figuring shit like this out.
When you have websites full of information about pricing, don't act like,
exactly.
You can't prove they're doing anything.
I mean, true, but the thing is that we have been time and time again been told that they're not allowed to use any third-party things as evidence. That's why
from other people
up on Twitch.
Yeah, see, I don't know that I believe that, because if that's true, that must be a specifically Square Enix thing, because Blizzard recently has been going around using YouTube videos and other proofs of harassment to outright ban people.
Yeah,
I'm sure after our next news story, I'm absolutely positive this is a Square Enix thing.
Let me tell you. Here's my opinion on it, is that Square Enix doesn't want to upset the apple cart and feels, if they ban these people who are the top 1%, the top 1% of the endgame community, that their endgame community will crumble. And they're correct. It will if they do, but they are morally complicit then now in allowing people to cheat and monetarily benefit directly through the game.
That's ridiculous.
And that violates the terms of service for FF14. I don't know how much more clear that could possibly be. So as long as all of these, high-end link shells are still involved with the game, as long as there have been no punishments handed down. And I'm not talking about a slap on the wrist 24-hour ban, 48-hour ban, even a week ban. I'm talking fucking permanent bans. Square Enix is complicit in allowing cheating to happen in their game. Period.
Couldn't put it better myself. 100%.
I'm all for Elysium making a whole bunch of money on people who have way too much money.
I mean,
if you can make $1,400 selling a weapons refrain clear, then by all means, you fucking go for it.
No.
I'm not saying it's good or legal.
Perma ban or I mean, like, I think here's the question Square Enix needs to ask themselves. Do they take action and impact their endgame community, or is there no action with tons of evidence, anecdotal or otherwise, tons of evidence out there that's going to eat a hole in the middle of your player base? Right? Like, your end game community is going to be unaffected. Your middle game players are going to see that and go, why am I paying a sub for this?
Square Enix finally decided to stand up for their long-term players.
I mean,
in the most damaging way possible.
Listen, when we were talking about, E3 earlier in the conversation, and we were joking that we got ushered out of the booth. I actually did have a very, pleasant conversation with Matt Hilton, but I listen, and I'm calling on him now to address this problem openly. Matt needs to come out and address this problem. The community team needs to come out and address this problem, not just in the form of a tweet and not just in the form of a warning. There needs to be action. Yoshi P himself needs to address this problem, or I see a sizable portion of the player base just going, why? Why do I bother playing for this shit? Or paying for this shit, rather. Like, it really does seem like a huge double standard. For the amount of things that people, receive warnings about, or get GMs called on them for, or get banned from the forums for, to have someone ripping people off to the tune of $1,400 a pop, and just to have Square Enix go, here's a tweet, slap on the wrist.
No, it's not even a slap on the wrist.
It was on the main website.
Oh, okay.
A main notice.
Oh, okay. A main notice.
It's pretty powerful.
You're putting them on blast. I'm putting you on blast. I'm not going to take any action, but I'm going to put you on blast.
Don't take any of our money. That's for Cash Shop only. Okay. Don't make money on our game.
This is the equivalent of the cops about to raid a place and being like, I hope you guys don't have any drugs in there. Be a shame if the cops were to come in all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's just they know that they wouldn't get anything out of them in game, and it's always been their policy for whatever reason to not use third party. Even if they tried to set up a sting and they'd message them and say, "Hey, I'm interested," and they'd say, "Message me on Discord." And they'll say, "No, we can talk about it. I don't have Discord." They'll keep doing it.
No. Nika, that's only for people who are trying to submit evidence against people. Like, if Square Enix wants to go third party and find their Discord and use that as evidence, they have all the right to do so. Like, they can ban your account for whatever reason they want per the terms of service.
Yeah,
they've stated many times that third party shit doesn't count as evidence. GMs.
Because did we not have
no. The GMs don't accept third-party stuff as evidence. So if you give them stuff, they won't accept that. But you don't think that if they wanted to, they would go on, I don't know, someone's Twitter and find that they're posting performed shit
or remember the story that we covered where the GM told the chick on Twitter who had the nude mods or whatever, you have to take those down or you're in trouble.
I'm pretty sure that
not just that. Hang on, not just that. Look at how diligently they enforce their perform policy on YouTube. I mean, people.
Right, but did they ban ban anyone's account.
No, they didn't ban people's accounts, but they got people's YouTubes shut down. Arguably worse if that person was making money off their YouTube clicks.
Right, but that's a copyright claim, which is its own separate thing, separate from your account in 14.
Oh, okay. So they can't put the manpower towards solving this issue, which is, I would say, an arguably more damaging issue to your overall community than the fucking perform videos or nude mods over Twitter.
Oh, I
Get
agree
the
with you.
fuck out.
But also, I'm pretty sure the nude mod thing was fake.
Citation needed, Nico.
Yeah, I lost the citation, but I was reading that people were saying that, this was weeks and weeks ago, they were saying that was actually fabricated.
I love that all of Nika's like backup points are, but people said.
No, I mean, it's
someone
true, though.
said.
But, like,
I mean, it's either way,
again,
we
when we
were
get to the next
reporting
point.
anecdotal evidence, and you're supporting it with more anecdotal evidence.
Okay, fine.
Limit Break Radio, not a real news source.
I'm just saying, you're building a very dangerous Jenga tower here, Nico.
I'm not saying the nude mod is fake. I'm saying that the GM coming after someone's Twitter was actually fake.
Who knows?
Like someone just wanted the attention.
I don't know.
Yeah,
that seems like a lot of effort to put out there.
Yeah. Bottom line is, I think we're all very surprised and at least in some of our cases, appalled that, all they did was remember, guys, you can't do RMT stuff, so please stop.
Exactly. Yeah, but I mean, hang on, Nika. To what end is faking that issue? Like, what does that do for someone faking it?
5 minutes of fame.
Come on.
People on Twitter are really dumb.
I will try to find the
really, really dumb, Nero.
I mean, that just seems like a lot of wasted time.
People thirsty, man, for whatever they can get.
A president. Sorry.
Anyway, speaking of thirsty.
So this last bit of news,